Let's see how we're doing today, how our spine is doing, and we're going to roll down and start some deep breaths and just get comfortable on your bolster and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And feel that deep breath coming into your belly and the ribs and the upper chest. And as you press the head into the bolster, start to lengthen the arms out. So we're really reaching, and then we're going to bring them up over our head slowly. And do a few angel arms. And if it's too much on your shoulders, you can bend the arms so you feel that deeper stretch. And a couple more. And this last one, we're going to hold our arms up and kind of wiggle our fingers and lengthen the arms. And move the arms to the right a little bit, kind of stretch that left side. And then over to the left. And let's bring the arms back to the center and down. And we're going to put our hands on the ribs and take 3 slow breaths. So as we're breathing in and out, we're feeling this huge space. So our belly, this whole solar plexus region, like a sun. We're just kind of bringing in that energy, this beautiful solar energy. And then let's gently roll over to our right side. And we're going to do a few left arm circles. You could start with the shoulders. Whatever is comfortable, just kind of wake up the shoulder and the arm. And find that deeper circle, that bigger circle all the way around. And when you're ready, hold the arm open wherever it's comfortable and lengthen and breathe and feel that opening across the chest. And one more breath. And then we're going to bring the arm around and face the bolster for our spinal twist. And breathe into the ribs and take 5 slow breaths. And then last deep breath. And let's walk our arms and hands closer so we can press ourselves up. And when you get there, just twist a little bit more and lengthen to the right. And then we're going to come on over to the other side. And let's start the circles, the shoulder and arm circle with the right arm. And just comfortably, that big circle as we breathe softly in and out. And make the circles a little bit bigger with the right arm. And when you're ready, hold the arm open and lengthen and breathe. And let's bring the arm back around and do our spinal twist on this side. And feel the difference on this side. And 5 slow breaths. And then let's slowly bring our hands closer so we could press ourselves up and twist a little bit more and lengthen to the left. And then we're going to bring our legs forward and straddle our bolster. And feel both sides of the body, the right side and the left side, as you elongate the spine. Let's twist to the right. And then twist to the left. And come back to the center. And we're going to lengthen just a little bit toward the right leg, just a little bit, keeping the left hip down. And then slowly just a little bit over to the left leg. So we're kind of opening a different part of our back. And we're going to come back to the center and hinge forward, walking the fingers forward and breathing. And let's see if we can soften the back muscles and take 5 slow breaths. And now we're going to walk ourselves up and put our hands behind our hips so we could stretch the spine as we look up. Take that deep breath. And then as we come to the center, let's clasp our hands behind us and lean a little to the right, rolling the shoulders down. And then let's go to the other side, leaning to the left. And we're going to come back to the center and just take our hands out and put the bolster on our right leg. And now we're going to lengthen toward the foot and breathe. And a couple more slow breaths. And then let's come back to the center. And first of all, just feel what's happening in each side. Then we're going to put the bolster on our left leg, doing the same thing, slowly, slowly reaching toward the foot and breathing. And a couple more breaths. And let's gently come back up. Now we're going to put the bolster in front of us again and do our forward fold, hinging from the hips. And take a few slow breaths. And then see if you can walk your fingers forward for 3 more breaths. And we're breathing into the spine. And then slowly coming back up. And we're going to put our hands behind us again, squeezing our shoulder blades together and inhaling and looking up. And then we're going to release. And let's try our side stretch. Right hand down and left arm over. And keep the left hip down. Just allow your head to come over a little bit more to the right. And then let's go to the other side. So we're working with gravity, bringing the right arm over and breathing. And we're going to come back to the center and just feel and roll the shoulders down. So we're really feeling that lengthening of our spine and taking that breath into the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. And one more time, that deep breath. And then we're going to move the bolster out of the way a second, and let's roll down on our back and bring our knees to our chest. And see about a little bit more lengthening here. Make some circles. Just notice the firmness now of the floor underneath us. And let's put our feet down and feel our feet. Just release the hands, the arms down, and soften the spine. And notice as you lift the toes up, spread them out, press them down, how that lifts the arches of your feet. Now we're going to slowly press the low back down. Feel the lengthening of the spine and release. And just slowly, let's do a couple more of these pelvic tilts, bringing the navel to the spine. Notice how the hips it's like a bowl here. So as we press the low back down, the hips slightly lift up. And then see if you can lift them a ½ inch and roll back down. And let's try that again. Just Slowly, slowly pressing the low back down just a half inch. So it's engaging the thighs and the glutes. And now we're going to start to roll the hips up even more, just comfortably. So we've got to be a little bit more aware of the movement, and as slowly as you can, rolling back down with the hips. And just a few more times. So the spine is lengthening out. Let's do this one more time and holding the hips up. Just noticing the breath, just like we did at the very beginning, into the belly, that solar plexus region. And then we're going to slowly, slowly roll the hips down. And let's come into a spinal twist. Just let the knees gently roll to the right and soften the belly here as we breathe. Close your eyes, just kind of feel how gravity has changed everything. And then let's try it on the other side, just rolling the legs softly over to the left and breathing. And thinking of the solar plexus region, just like a sun. And we're going to come back to the center and then bringing the feet down. Just notice, feel the difference from when we started. And let's take the right knee toward the chest and take the legs straight out and in. And a few more of these, same leg. Just noticing what's happening in your back and in the leg and in the hip. And last time. And then putting the right foot down, just feel the difference. And we're going to try it on the left side. So the left knee comes toward the chest, and then the leg goes straight out and in. And we're controlling the movement. So we're opening up the knee gently and easily and bringing a little bit more circulation as we keep the hips steady. Let's do one more. And then our left foot comes down. So now we're going to roll up again. We're going to roll the hips up. And let's see if we can walk the shoulder blades a little bit closer together and take a couple more slow breaths. So we're feeling that whole solar plexus region as we breathe here. And then slowly, slowly, one vertebrae at a time. So we're really putting eyes in our spine as we roll down. And feeling that stretch in the low back. And now we're going to lengthen our legs down on the mat, flexing the feet and reach the arms up over our head and breathe. Let's roll the shoulders down just like we're standing up and our arms are over our head. Feel the same thing as you flex the feet and press the legs down. And then we're going to bring the arms down and bend the legs again. So feet are back on the mat. And we're going to let's use our bolster or our block. And we're going to lift our hips up and let's put it underneath us. And just take a few breaths here again in that solar plexus region. So we're going to visualize. We've got our eyes closed and we're going to visualize the belly area just like a big sun. Our palms are facing upwards. We're softening our facial muscles and feeling this energy coming into our body for our good health. Notice how the chest is rising and falling, so we're more in touch with our breath. And as we soften through the exhale, it's just like when we roll down, we're feeling how the breath comes up and goes down. Notice your lungs, just kind of get in touch with your body here with the breath. And let's take a few slow breaths. And our body is open to this energy that's coming into us for our good health. We're visualizing the sun coming into our body, this life-giving energy and vitality. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And it's really like the ocean wave with this movement in the belly, and as it opens the ribs and gently lifts the upper chest. And now let's bring our legs up and just let them hang. If you need to point and flex, do anything that's comfortable. Otherwise, we're going to continue with the breath and feel the difference in this pose. And notice how gravity is bringing more blood flow down into the throat, the heart, the brain. And feel each breath again as it comes in and out. And we're visualizing our body being filled with beautiful energy and light. We're restoring ourselves. And perhaps noticing how the breath between each breath can be a pause, a space. The energy is still coming in. So within that space, within that pause, the energy continues to pour into our body from all across the universe. We're gathering this energy into ourselves for good health. as well as sending it out into the world. Feeling that same wave-like motion with each breath. Notice where the energy is for you. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're going to gently bend the legs and bring our feet back down to the mat. Take a couple of breaths here and just notice the tingling sensation through the lower part of your body and your legs. And then we're going to bring our hands to the bolster and lift up and press it away from us. So we can put our back on the floor on our mat. Take a couple of breaths and feel the difference in your spine. Feel the softness coming into your body. Feel yourself gathering this energy for good health. And just like the sun gives us energy, we too give this energy out to our brothers and sisters everywhere. And this wish to be more useful in the world. Let's take a couple more slow breaths. Notice how your legs are relaxing. The hips are relaxing. The pressure in the back as the shoulders roll down. The head pressing down into the mat. And now we're going to slowly roll to any side and just stay on our side. And let's press ourselves up to our seated position for just a second or two. And we're going to come into our side stretch here. So we're going to put the bolster, we're going to be on our right side, and we're going to put the bolster underneath the right ribs, pretty much. You might need a block underneath your head. I'm just going to let my left arm hang. So you kind of have to find what's comfortable. And we're lengthening and breathing into the left side and left lung and left ribs and softening them. And the space in your legs might change. Just let that happen as you soften into this pose. You can close your eyes. And if you want, you could roll your chest open. Find something comfortable for you, a space in your body that needs a little bit more opening. And again, we're going to slow the breath down. And feel that softness and perhaps that space between each breath. And let's take a few more slow breaths and continue the process of opening the body. And then a few gentle breaths more to kind of complete this stretch, finding what's comfortable for you. And then we're going to gently roll back to our side even more, taking another breath. And we're going to roll to the other side. So maybe you want to just roll there or switch the bolster around, finding that comfortable position. So it's going to be underneath our left ribs. And the right arm can come over our head as we breathe and soften and lengthen. First of all, just notice the resistance wherever it is. Maybe it's in the shoulder. Maybe it's in some of the back muscles. So after that initial place starts to release, you can adjust yourself and maybe roll open a little bit more and then find the next resistance and soften and breathe. And continue the process so you know how much to do as you soften. And feel the breath coming into the right lung, the lower lung, and the ribs. And we're going to take a few more breaths as we continue the process of opening. And just go as far as it's comfortable. And a couple more breaths. And then we're going to allow ourselves to roll back a little bit to the side. Take another couple of breaths. And let's press ourselves up again. And we're going to sit crisscross and put the bolster in front of us. So it's this forward fold, and we're getting a little hip stretch too. And now we're just going to breathe and soften. And let's take 5 slow breaths. And let's gently come back up, bringing our head up last. So we're going to put the bolster on, let's put it on our left side, underneath the left forearm, and bring the right arm over. And so this might not be right for you, you might have to put it lengthwise. You're just going to see how it feels. So we've got our legs in crisscross, but we're going to bring the arm over to find that deeper stretch. We've already been opening the side. And another couple of breaths. And adjust yourself in any way. And then we're going to come on up and try it on the other side. So bringing the bolster over there. And the right arm comes down and left arm over. And soften and breathe. And let's come back up slowly. And now we're going to sit on our bolster. So let's take that bolster, just sit up on it. And we're going to put our feet on the floor. So we're going to widen them hip width apart, take our arms forward, and let the head relax. And lengthen. You could start to walk the fingers forward, rolling the shoulders down, so it's a mini squat. And then we're going to come on up and bring the legs together and squeeze the legs and inhale and look up, stretching the spine. And then release, and let's twist to the right. So hug the left arm around the legs, twisting to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're going to crisscross our legs, the other leg forward from what we had it before. And let's just sit with our palms facing up, rolling our shoulders down and closing our eyes and feeling that softness again. Noticing how the breath comes into the belly, our whole solar plexus region, the mid-chest and all the ribs, and lifting the upper chest gently. Maybe you can feel the space, the pause between each breath. Consciously allowing this energy to flow into our body for good health, harmony, peace, and this bubbling joy. We're feeling one vertebrae stacked on the other. Our body in good health. Let's bring our hands to our heart. And notice we're bringing the sun and the moon energy together, the male and the female, everything together for balance. Wishing peace for our homes and families and communities. And peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere, all over the world. let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, for coming today. So glad we could do this together.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Good.
Thank you, Marion. It was beautiful.
Thank you so much, ladies. You're very dear to me.
We feel so peaceful.
I know.
Don't you, Loretta?
At one with the universe.
Yes, we do. Let's go dance in the yard.
All right. Have a good
Have-
day.
Thanks, Marion.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.